welcome to The Exception, not the norm or the exception. We are your hosts, Darnell and Crystal.
What up? Now, you had a hectic morning today,
Yeah.
so go ahead and tell us all about it.
So, yes, got up this morning and went and seen the new Captain America Brave New World movie. Went by myself, ate popcorn for breakfast. So, yeah, that was my morning, and now I'm here. So, me coming into the new Captain America movie, first of all, let me say this. Captain America, since he hit the scene, was my favorite Avenger and still is. Captain America, the first Avenger, is actually one of my favorite movies. So I am bonded to the original Steve Rogers Captain America. I can do this all day, you know. Yes, that's who I love. So going into this, I didn't know how I would accept a new Captain America. It was actually easier than I thought to accept him. Obviously, he's not Steve Rogers, but you can accept him. And I do like the look with like the Falcon wings. He still has that. That looks pretty cool. There's some cool fight scenes in it. And we do get a small cameo from Bucky. He's now trying to be like a congressman. But other than Bucky, we don't see any of the previous Avengers that we've gotten to know in any of the other movies. But Bucky does say something, and it kind of like makes the connection. He says that, you know, Steve Rogers gave some people something to believe in, but Sam Wilson gives people something to aspire to. And I was like, okay. And of course, they make a joke about, oh, your speechwriter wrote that because Bucky is now trying to be a congressman. But overall, the movie doesn't have that like kind of like comedic undertone that some of the Marvel or Avenger movies that we're used to. And Sam Wilson has a bit of a more of a potty mouth than Steve Rogers. It's not bad, but it's just more of a potty mouth. The fight scenes were really good. And of course, Sam Wilson doesn't have any actual powers. Like he doesn't have like the super serum or anything like that. He's just literally going out of his training, his strength, that sort of thing. So you do kind of appreciate that.
He does have high tech armor though.
Yeah, I mean he has a lot of technology going on, but you know a lot of people are floating around with that have taken the super serum or have other like accidents that gave them powers and so forth. He doesn't really actually have technically any powers. He's just a man out there by himself in his own physical strength and technology, of course. So, yeah. What else can I say about it? Because I don't want to give away too much of the storyline if you haven't seen it.
Oh, it's not spoilers video? I was going to give away some spoilers.
Well, you can. So, I mean, the title works on a couple levels because we have Brave New World. So, obviously, we have a new Captain America. And like I said, besides the small cameo of Bucky, all the other faces are new, at least to Marvel film-wise, not to the comics, but film-wise, they're all new faces. And a huge part of the storyline is this celestial mass or island that shows up in the Indian Ocean. And that is also considered, okay, a brave new world. We now have this new resource. How are we going to divide this or mine this or so forth? So the Brave New World title works on a couple of levels. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I just said I think it was a good film, but not a great film.
Okay.
A couple things I didn't like about it.
Okay.
The president had an all-female security team, which I didn't think is believable.
Well. The head of his security was actually
Skinnier than you.
but she's an ex-widow, so just
No, the other one. No, not her. The black woman. His head Secret Service.
Well, she wasn't. She was more so intelligence, is what I picked up. She wasn't necessarily. If she had to do the physical thing, because I think there was a scene where she's like, "Mr. President," but we didn't really see her be physical. She was more like a right hand type person.
Well, she shot the Hawk. Remember when the president turned into the Hawk? She had a little gun and she started shooting.
Well, I mean that kind of.
So that's his secret. That's his head Secret Service because every time he was Captain America was in the scene with the president, she was in the room with him.
Yeah, that spoiler was actually in the commercials. We saw that there would be a Hulk-like character, which I feel like.
So it's not a spoiler.
No, I feel like they should have not shown that in the trailers and commercials and kind of let that be a surprise because I feel like that took away from watching it a little bit because you're kind of like, okay, when is he going to turn into the Hulk thing?
Yeah, and then the widow, his other security.
She was a teeny tiny thing.
She's like 5 feet.
Yeah, she's teeny
So I'm
tiny.
like, who's she beating?
Well,
It's not
she's supposed to
realistic.
be a ex Black Widow, like Black
I'm
Widow,
not believing it.
like Natasha.
I think Disney was pushing DEI in this film.
It does feel like that, but at the same time, people carry their weight. So, because it was good to see. He is also a super soldier. Isaac, I forgot what his last name was. The older gentleman that was also a Secret Service. I mean, a super soldier. Sorry.
Yeah, he was the black
Yeah.
Captain America during the Korean War.
Yeah, because I think I've seen that in like the Spider-Man cartoon where it was like Captain America and the Six or something, and they were all super soldiers as well, but somehow their powers weren't like Captain America. They had like rings or something so they could like harness their powers, and when they weren't using them, save them. So yeah, I mean, I guess there's a lot of people walking around with that super soldier serum because we had Red Guardian in the Black Widow movie. We have Bucky, we have Captain America, and now we have, these other people. And I'm just like, okay, how many people is it floating around with?
And I thought they could have done a better after credit scene
Yeah.
where he was meeting with Stern.
Okay.
I thought, hey, since you introduced Adamantium, why not have something related to that? Maybe,
leading to the next.
sneak peek of maybe Wolverine, since he has adamantium claws.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I just know it was metal and magnesium. I mean, magnesium. Magneto would always just do whatever to Wolverine.
So, but I did like the adamantium introduction into the movie. That said, though, they're trying to, I guess, make this more powerful than vibranium.
Okay.
So I'm saying, okay, this is another negative for Wakanda. So they're saying, hey, this is better than vibranium. We don't need them. Let's push them out. We have something more powerful.
Maybe
that's my conspiracy theories. I said, okay, the Wakandians, I said Wakandians, got their butt kicked in the second Black Panther movie. Now they're gonna have all this. They're gonna have all these mutants or whoever. They're gonna have these weapons with adamantium, and they're gonna just kick their butts again.
Well, I don't know because I'm not sure. I know they had the treaty. That was Ross's claim to fame. That was his one redeeming quality, is setting up this treaty. But I'm not sure if they actually said how people would be allowed to, I guess, harvest the whatever it's called, the celestial island. So
Adamantium.
Okay. So, but I mean, yeah, I guess I focus more so on the, I guess, countries' interactions with each other in reference to it. It kind of remind me back when Europe, first started traveling to the Americas or Africa or these other places to try to claim stuff and get resources. It kind of put me in a mindset of that. That's more so what my focus was. Okay, how will every country is racing to try to claim this new resource that's in the Indian Ocean. So, yeah. And then also too, the movie kind of connects to, I'm not sure if it was the Incredible Hulk, but it's the Hulk movie with Edward Norton, is that his name?
Yes.
So the storyline kind of connects to that, which is interesting because I never really seen a storyline really connect to the Hulk in that way, or the Hulk movies, because we've had several Hulk movies, and I feel like there's a different actor in each one of them.
Well, the President Ross, he was in Captain America: Civil War.
Oh, okay.
He was the general. It was played by a different actor because that actor died.
Oh,
but
sorry.
Yes, he's the one that started the Accords agreement.
Okay.
Where they had divided the Avengers, actually. Remember, they had the fight.
Okay.
Because one agreed with the general about doing Accords and be under the government rule, and the others didn't.
Yes, that's initially what started. And then, of course, Bucky killing Stark's parents, but not really Bucky's physical body, but not Bucky's mind. And they had some of that in this movie as well with the mind control. The scene where they are at the president's briefing and then the song is played and then several different people all of a sudden start shooting at the president, Isaac being one and some other people. So we saw that thing again. Now one thing that was a bit of a letdown, because you kind of had two villains in the movie. Stern, I just feel like he wasn't that powerful of a villain. I feel like they could have amped him up more as a villain.
That's Marvel. They said in the past Marvel has a villain problem.
Okay.
Because their villains are not really outside of Thanos. The villains are not that powerful. At least the ones on Earth.
I mean, I like Loki. I mean, Loki's not really a villain. He's like somewhere in between, but Loki's a good one. Thanos, of course, was a good one.
Yeah, the ones on Earth, it seems that they are not that powerful.
I'm trying.
Remember Civil War, the villain in Civil War? What's the other villain I'm thinking of?
The original Black Panther movie, I did like Killmonger because
yes, he was good.
The backstory and how that was created, that was a very good villain.
Plus, he became the Black Panther, so he became powerful.
Yeah, so that was a good intellectual type philosophical villain of like, oh well, he's a monster of our own creating type thing. So that was good. I'm trying to think of other villains. In the Doctor Strange movie, I think the Multiverse of Madness, Scarlet Witch was definitely a good villain. She was definitely a good villain in that. But yeah, I thought Stern could have been a more powerful villain. I just thought he could have been more of a presence. Like even when they caught him, it was like, oh, this is anticlimactic. Unless I guess more of the climax was Ross's version of the Hawk, but I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like the after credit scenes with the villain. They should have did something like, hey, related to like Weapon X, and we said, oh no, okay, Wolverine's coming.
I think they could have made him just a bit more sinister, a little bit more of a dark hole to capture. It just seemed kind of straightforward.
Yeah, he just gave himself up.
Yeah.
I said, okay.
And then he was the one that was giving Ross the pills over time that caused him to be this hawk-like figure. And then I also was disappointed too, because on one hand, they were saying that Ross had a certain kind of past, and then they were showing that he legitimately changed or is trying to change. And then against his will, he didn't know, had been being fed these pills and of course acts out, but he still has to pay the price. And I was just like, that's a little bit of a, but he still was able to get the treaty and reunite with his daughter. So, I mean, he got somewhat of a happy ending, but he's still in jail. And I'm like, oh, okay. But then it was also, too, like, with his Hawk, I'm like, why is he able to jump whole football fields? We didn't see the other Hawk do that. Dr. Banner. Did we ever see him do that?
Well, I know remember, this is the third Incredible Hulk. The first two movies, he did. He was jumping across canyons. The first movie, the very first Incredible Hulk, which was done by Universal. Remember, he jumped across, like, a desert?
I didn't see that one.
You didn't see that one? Oh, you got to go back and watch it.
Okay.
It's not the greatest, but...
Okay.
Just to follow along.
I did notice that Ross's version is like, almost like flying. Like he was able to jump and like.
I've seen that before. Yeah, the first Incredible Hulk was done.
Okay.
They did that.
So the only one I think I saw is the one with Edward Norton. Actually, the one that they actually tied to this movie.
Yeah, that's the second one.
Because they had the same actress in it that was his girlfriend, who's Ross's daughter. So that's the only one that I actually did see. So yeah, I mean overall, it's a good watch. It has a lot of action. The connection or the mantle being passed from the original Captain America to this one was a smoother transition than I thought. I would have liked to have seen some more like familiar faces, but I guess after Endgame, who was left? And there was talk of like rebuilding the Avengers, and I'm like, well, who would that be?
Ant-Man.
Well, I guess you also have Hawkeye.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Whatever side Scarlet Witch is on right now. Thor is still
out there. And I think they'll add a mutant. I don't know which one, but I think they're going to add a mutant. They have to. Everybody wants X-Men.
But who's still around from the X-Men? Because, I mean, I think Logan was the last installment of the X-Men, right? And
the Marvels after credit scene, I forgot which one. One of the Marvels went to another dimension.
Oh, and that showed up.
Yeah, Beast
Deadpool.
show up.
Are you talking about Deadpool and
No, it was the Marvels. It was the sequel, Captain Marvel, the second one.
Oh, I don't know.
You didn't watch the movie? It wasn't that good, but I tried to stay up on it. I watched it. It was on TV. I just watched it.
Okay.
They had an after credit scene, and
Okay.
one of the Marvels, her friend went to a different dimension.
Like the multiverse stuff.
Yeah, and she woke up and then saw Beast.
That's how it can just keep on going because of the multiverse.
Yeah, that's why you're gonna have to bring Robert Downey Jr. back. He's gonna be Doomsday.
Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom.
Yeah, and that's what the Fantastic Four, right? Is that what?
Yes,
Dr.
but I'm
Doom
not sure if he's
from?
gonna be in that movie.
Okay.
He may be from another.
No, I think
multiverse.
he's gonna be in Secret Wars, but I'm saying originally Doctor Doom is with the
Avengers. I just don't know if that Doomsday is gonna be Doctor Doom is gonna be in that movie.
Okay.
That movie's in another.
I think he's gonna be in Secret Wars, which Secret Wars. No,
the next Avengers is gonna be Doomsday.
Oh.
So he's gonna be in the next Avengers. That's next year.
Okay.
Then after that, the following year is gonna be Secret Wars.
Okay. I hope they can kind of get something iconic again, because you kind of had like that moment of like Infinity Wars, Black Panther, Endgame. That was like iconic.
They're going in the right step. And then next month on Disney is going to be Daredevil. They're going to have a series, Daredevil Reborn.
And Daredevil really does need to be reborn, because they have never given justice to Daredevil.
Actually, not to Ben Affleck, but I like the version on Netflix.
Okay, I haven't seen it. Like, I like the character, but I just the movie.
That's your next review should be. It should be Daredevil.
Daredevil. What is it on?
Well, actually, the original is not going to be on that. I think they took it off Netflix.
Okay.
But you can maybe watch it on Disney Plus.
The original or?
The original series. No, not that one. I'm talking about the series. Remember they had the Daredevil series? Well, they're bringing it back to Disney Plus next month.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, overall, the movie's good.
What's the score? 8 out of 10? I give it a B. It's good, but it's not great.
Yeah.
But it's on the right track.
Yeah. It definitely is a good watch, but it doesn't, it was a little less than, yes, I agree. But it's definitely worth seeing. It's fun. It's good. I would have liked to have seen it, like, have that comedic undertone that Marvel kind of has. And like I said, I would have, because Captain America movies seem to have, except for the first one where they're like the origin story, his movies tend to have more of an ensemble. So I would have liked to have seen a more of an ensemble. But I was happy to see Isaac. That was a different character. And then they kind of hinted to, I forgot what his name was, Torres as being the new Falcon. So, yeah, I guess. We need more of an ensemble. But I guess that's why they hinted to the new Avengers. But I'm like, who? Who are these people? Like, everybody's gone.
Well, Spider-Man 4 is supposed to come out in the next 2 years, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
So, also, I want to give a shout out to our unofficial fact checker, Angela Maria, our unofficial fact checker.